Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for Stamp and Chat Sketch. Guess what? It's a new month. It is September 2nd already. How is it possible? But you know what? Now I hope time slows down because we're in my favorite time of year, fall, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. And I have a new sketch for you today. Probably a new chat for you also. And we're going to talk about all things Stampin' Up, all things the Stamping Zoo. Okay, I am Lisa Harden, and welcome back. I run the Stamping Zoo, a business of one. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. One of the things that means is that I sell all of the beautiful paper crafting products I'm going to show you today and more. You can find these at thestampingzoo.com. Just hit the Shop Now tab and it will take you straight over to my Stampin' Up store where you can shop to your heart's content or just window shop. Sometimes that's a good idea. Now, some of the products I'm going to be showing you today are not available to customers for a couple of days until Wednesday, the 4th. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you are a demonstrator, you can order them right now. Unless inventory levels say otherwise. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and point you down to begin with. And as I said, we're going to talk about all sorts of fun stuff. Let's move me around. I want to be the little one. I'm the little one. Okay, the lighting is strange today. I'll give you that. Here, I'm going to put myself. Let's see. I can I can wash myself out as long as the lighting is good for this. Okay, so we are in the middle of. eh, it's deciding whether it wants to storm, and so we have lots of thunder going on. So I may end up having a dog right behind me. Here's today's sketch. It's very linear, isn't it? So there are three strips that are 1 inch by 3 3/4 on, as always, our standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base. And then this is also 1 inch by 3 3/4. I put it there more of um, like an element. It doesn't have to be just a rectangle, right? Because that would be, to me, that would be kind of boring. But so it's just an element or something that's kind of linear. Okay. Please keep in mind, I will be kind of turning this around, and you as well can turn the sketch around any way you want. Wherever you see inspiration is what I want to know about. And on that note, so I will be showing you a couple of cards that I have made that are inspired by the sketch. And then it'll be your turn. I will post the sketch onto my Facebook page. And I want you to go over there and post pictures of your creations that you've made inspired by this sketch. When you do that, a few things are going to happen. First of all, lots of people are going to compliment your work and tell you how fantastic it is, which is nice. We all like that. And the second thing is, I'm going to put you into a drawing that I have every month. In fact, we need to have August's drawing. I'll try and do that later on today. Um, so we're going to have a drawing at the end of every month, and I put in, it's a random draw of everybody who participates in Sketch and all of my customers for the month. And then you get a prize pack of some sort of thing. But rest assured, it's beautiful Stampin' Up! Product. So I hope this inspires you. And also, I just noticed we've had quite a few sketches. So I've been doing this for a while, right? So every Sunday, or mostly every Sunday, I come live to you, or you actually recorded today, but I might be watching with you. But anyway, I come to you with a new sketch, and we've been doing this several weeks now. It's so fun for me to see all of these sketches. So if you are looking for more inspiration, simply search on Sketch in my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, and you will find videos for all of these. Okay. All right. Let me put those in some sort of a safe space. Things get disorganized around here. In fact, I've just been looking for my earbuds um, for 20 minutes, and they were over there instead of over here in front of me. That's all it took. I thought that I went through the laundry. I mean, I was just sure. I was like, I bet I put them in my pocket. And then I went through the laundry. I went through all my pants. and skirts in my closet. And then I came in here one last time and I was like, oh, just sitting right behind me. No big deal. Gosh. Okay. So the important part is we are rocking and rolling now. Okay, so as you can see, I am using a really fun bundle today. Now, this is one thing that is not available to customers until Wednesday. All right, so please, and also please let me know if you would like me to place an order for you. I will be getting up at midnight to place an order. I'll be excited. It's okay because I have lots of orders for classes and for lovely customers just like you. So if you would like me to place an order for you, please let me know in advance. You can email me or private message me, and we'll get it taken care of so that I can order it for you. And then you don't have to get up at midnight. It's not that you have to get up at midnight anyway. It's just like to make sure no inventory issues or to make sure that we have the best opportunity. I'll be getting up. So since I'm up anyway, I may as well place orders. All right. Okay. Now this is getting wonky. Sorry. Here I am in the shadows. Um, and frankly, I'd take my face off, but the platform that I'm using, I have to have the screen on or you won't be able to hear me. That'll be an issue. All right. Look at this. There's never been a better name for a stamp set than More Than Autumn because it is. You've got pumpkin pie, but you also have donuts. That sounds good too, though, for autumn. You've got a drink. It can be several things. Today, we are going to make it a pumpkin spice latte, but it could easily be a peppermint mocha, a hot chocolate, an eggnog, a cider. You see all the opportunities here, or whatever you want to make it. And then you've got all these little elements that could be so cute on the side of the cup or just standalone elements like you will see on my cards. But don't miss that you've got a little straw here and a cinnamon stick. We're going to use the cinnamon stick because I was just, sometimes these little miniature items, I'm just in awe of them, how cute they are. So if you are like me, you will love that. And then not to be outdone by the stamp set are the dies. So lots of the words that you see here that are available in the stamp are also available in die cuts. We'll be using some of those today, as well as you've got the cup, the pie, the donut, the whipped cream. I believe you've got all of these elements except the sprinkles because, you know, that would be a really tiny die. So you've got a die cut for all of these things. Plus, you've got a really cute leaf, and yep, and then we'll go through the words later. But anyway, super cute, super super cute. And let's see, can I tell you what page it's on? It's on page 49 in the mini catalog. I can't show you right now. We cannot show the catalog until it goes live. So I'll be very happy about that. Now, one thing I can show you though, that's going live on the 4th as well, is we have a new brochure of scrapbooking based products. I say scrapbooking based because I am primarily a card maker. I am not at all opposed to doing scrapbooking, but I will be focusing on these products as additions to card making. Okay. So we're not going to go through this whole thing. Just know that I sent it out to you via email last week, whenever it became available, maybe Tuesday. And so there's a link in your emails. If you're not receiving my emails, I'm going to show you in just a few moments how to get those because you need all the zoo news, don't you? And so anyway, this is a beautiful, I mean, just this initial layout. Look at that. A wreath made with all these beautiful squares and ephemera pieces. So this is our first Stampin' Up! Branded scrapbooking brochure to come out in the most current future or the most current present. What do I want to say? They may have done scrapbooking products like this several years ago, but it's been a long time. Okay, we're back, baby. And so the first thing that I want to show you is that there's going to be two-toned 12 by 12 cardstock. And right now it is available in certain colors. Right here is garden green, real red, basic black and pool party. And then there are some other things back behind it. But just know that by next year's annual catalog, we are slated to have all colors in the two-toned cardstock. Okay, so we're doing a rollout again in January, I believe, of like another scrapbooking brochure. And then by the time we get to the final, or not the final, but the next annual catalog, we will have scrapbooking products in that annual catalog. But for right now, we have the digital brochure. Okay. And a couple of these items do also coordinate with uh, new items coming out in the mini catalog. So, as with this one, Reindeer Memories is coordinating with the reindeer games, which, hey, guess what? I have a mega class about the reindeers coming up, and you have I'll give you one more day to sign up for it. We've gotten a lot of response, and I'm so happy about that. Did I just say we've gotten a lot of response? I don't know who that is. As I always say, I'm a small business of one and two dogs. So, anyway, here are some different choices. Now, the paper, I believe, is the same as the paper in the that you get with the suite. However, it has some different cardstock stickers, and there's an ephemera sheet as well. Basically, just a die cut without the sticky part on it, right? And so you get some little extras, and they are priced differently. Let's see here. I'm trying to look. Well, I don't see it easily. Just know that certain things are sold as a kit. Okay, so like this one is $37 for a workshop kit. It makes 3 two-page layouts. That's great for 6 pages. And it tells you, but then it goes further, like it starts to tell you what's coordinated with all of our other Stampin' Up! Products and additional products you may want to have. Gives you lots of examples. Now, again, like I look at these and I take inspiration for them for my card making. So please take a look at the brochure. I will put it out again. I'll probably send out another email tonight. And so I'll put it on the brochure, or I'll put it on the email tonight. I'll make sure it goes live after this video. But it gives you a nice view of all of the things. And there are extra stamp sets in here that are sized more appropriately for scrapbooking. But believe me, I'm going to be getting in on that. This also coordinates with some things in the catalog. We will definitely be using that suite as well. Okay, and then here are some Halloween things. And there aren't a ton of Halloween things otherwise, but a couple of hints. If you use the zinnia, the backsides of the zinnia DSP is perfect for Halloween. So if you have the zinnia paper, or if you want to go out and order some, okay, it's perfect for Halloween. And then these things are perfect for Halloween too. And so again, you get a workshop kit for scrapbooking, or you can purchase the items separately. Okay. And then there's even some little extra things. It tells you what it coordinates with and so on. It shows you all of the beautiful, and then look at this stamp set. That's great. I like that. Okay, finally, or not finally, but here's Autumn to Remember. And let's see. I think, yes, this is the one I'm going to be buying in particular, and I'll be showing it to you how you can break this kit down and use it for card making or projects. Okay, so if you are interested in dipping your toe into the scrapbook product world, but you might want some inspiration, then choose to get this workshop kit, because I'll be working with it, okay, live, just like I am here. And so anyway, it's going to be beautiful. And I'm all about autumn. And so you get all these great ideas. These are the layouts that you can make with the workshop kit. And, I love the stamp set. I don't exactly know what size they're going to be, but hey, we're going to figure it out together. Okay. So, yeah, they're They're really pretty. And then, of course, some little nature animals, and you gotta love that. But then these papers are beautiful. And then finally, you get some two-tone 12 by 12 papers. And I'm very interested to get my hands on those and feel the weight and see whether they're going to be card bases or card fronts or both. Okay. All right, everybody. So let's get going on today's sketch inspired cards. Now, I stuck pretty close to the sketch this time. You know, sometimes I go way off on a tangent, depending on where my creativity leads me. But these are pretty straightforward, right? So here we've got one like that's oriented just like the sketch. Okay, and then this one just gets flipped on its side. Okay, so here's the first one. I mean, look, delicious, right? And I've put a little wink of Stella on these donuts. You can't really tell. And they are stamped on vanilla. And nothing's better than donuts, except maybe you. I think that except maybe you is going to be used a lot in my card making. We've got a beautiful new embossing folder coming our way, which I'm going to tell you all about. It's called Forever Plaid. And so we're going to use that with some really cool designer series paper. And then on this one, we are pulling out our latte products. Don't forget about those. We have beautiful latte designer series papers and embellishments, which I think these are these swirl dots. Those are from the coffee-based embellishments. I'll get those out in a minute. We'll take a look. These embellishments are actually from Citrus Blooms. I think they're called opaque something or others. They're not available right now, but they are supposed to be coming back anytime. And they're lemon lolly. So, but you can use anything, okay? You could even just use the basic rhinestones and it would look fantastic. So again, nothing's better than pumpkin spice, except maybe you. I mean, that's so cute. And but it has other things, right? So of course you can say, grateful it's finally pumpkin season. You had me at eggnog gag. I would never say that, but you might. Um, Peppermint spice is the best. I don't know, just all this stuff. Donuts. My friend Anne will be loving this stamp set simply because it has donuts in it. And you had me at donuts. I think that'd be so cute. So of course I was making this when I was thinking of her when I was making this. Now we're going to switch up the color a little bit on the card that we make right now. And then this one's going to be made just like it is because I just love it. Look at this tiny latte. That's just one of the die cuts. And then of course these are all die cuts, words. And then here's that cinnamon stick. Isn't she adorable? And then a little whip. I like my lattes with whip. And then again, like I said, that beautiful latte paper. Okay, let's start with the donuts. That sounds good. Okay, so again, look at this. Here's our Forever Plaid coming your way. Actually, if you are ordering the Reindeer Games class, you can add this to your order. It is part of that suite. In fact, let's take a quick look-see, shall we? Here is the graphic for the Reindeer Games Mega Class. You will find the registration link in the description below this video. As I said, you have one more day, September 3rd, okay? So if it's after, well, if it's after September 3rd, you can check with me. I may have time to still make some. I don't know. But for sure, the first round, if you want to get in the first round, which will ship about September 25th, then contact me as soon as possible. Okay. It will include tons of product from the Reindeer Games suite. I think it's called Reindeer Fun Suite. But anyway, as well as all supplies to make 10 projects. It's going to be mostly cards, but we're going to have some super cute gift giving projects that I've showed you in several videos in the past. The class is $50. That includes your shipping. Okay, it will also include both PDF and video tutorials. Okay, and then don't forget, I only have one person signed up for this. You guys are slacking on the September stamp camp. So I know it's a busy time, right? But I'm sure I'm going to have a full house. for this stamp camp. It will be Saturday, September 14th. Please register as soon as possible. You don't pay until the day of the class. And better yet, it is free with a minimum purchase. Also coming to you this month is the Zubilee Crafty Kit featuring the Nests of Winter. This is an online class, also has PDF and video tutorials, includes about $25 of product. You make six different projects. Okay, it's usually 5 cards and some sort of 3D project. It is more of the casual to avid level cards. It's very fun. And you can do it monthly. I mean, you can just order once a month or whatever. But if you want to order a subscription and get it every month at the end of 6 consecutive months, I send you a Stampin' Up! Goodie bag. So take a look at that. Also, here is what it will look like when you get ready to receive my emails. If you just go to thestampingzoo.com, once you're there for just a few seconds, you will see this purple, I call it the purple pop-up box, right? Because it pops up. If you fill out the information, you will start to receive my emails. That includes things like free PDFs. Oh, in fact, I was slacking on this, or should I say, I overestimated what I could get done. It's a long weekend and I don't know what I did, but it's Monday already. Okay, so if you want the PDF for this little project that I showed on Thursday, you need to sign up for my emails because I'm going to put that out later tonight. Okay, probably really late tonight, but in any case, it's going to be later tonight. So if you want free PDFs, if you want to know all about all of my classes, my events, where I'm going to be, as well as all the Stampin' Up! News, then just receive my emails. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it, because that's from last week. So we talked all about what's a druzy and what in the world that has to do with paper crafting on Thursday. I do go live on Thursdays as well, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And so you can look back and look at all those online classes and see what we've done in the past. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be crushed curry card base. All right, with an insert, very vanilla, 4 by 5 1/4. Then I did my 3 strips of crushed curry that are 3 3/4 by 1 inch. Okay. And then I cut some designer series paper for the front of this. Now this paper is quite gorgeous. I'm kind of sad to hide that, but this is from, we have talked about this paper too. Splendid Autumn. Okay. Keep a lookout for this because again, it goes live on the 4th and you're going to want it. Okay. Just trust me. Okay. So we're going to take this piece and we are going to emboss it, and all that striation of color plus the embossing, I think, gives this a lot of interest for something that is just one color. So I'm going to line it up. This is a linear pattern, so I do want to line it up. And then I also want to look at how it's placed here. I kind of want, like, I don't want it to necessarily cut off on one side or the other. So I'm just going to kind of put it in between 2 bold lines. And then I'm going to run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine off to the side because it's a large one. You've got to have the standard one for this. And you won't regret it. Now, with these larger embossing folders, you've got to make sure that you feed them in straight, or you will shear off the edges because there's no allowance on the sides. So if I put that in crooked some way and then fed it through, it might go through, but this will be all roughed up and you don't want that. So feed these larger ones in straight. Okay, and then look at that. It's gorgeous. And so see, a lot of this gets covered up, but you can see, again, like it's not just crushed curry. It's a lot of different I think it really brings it to light. Now this one, this would be fun too, right? To add to a big pattern like this, and this is actually the debossed side, but I think it's still very interesting. See, we learned something new together. All right, so this is going to go up on the front, and I cut it so that it is exactly the card front. Exactly is a relative term, but in which case it's a little hard to get this lined up. And so I want something that has a corner where I can nest my card base, okay? And then when I have glue on this, I can put it right on there, and I know that I'm in the corners. Now what? And I go, hey, it's a tiny bit off. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do it. This helps me when I get this out. It's much better than trying to just go it freehand. But I do that too because, you know, sometimes I'm just lazy. I would use liquid glue because we've embossed this, heavily embossed. That is a 3D embossing folder, which means it's more, what do I want to say? It's the embossing's deeper than the other things, than the regular embossing folders. I think I'm over explaining that, right? Okay, now look, I'm a tiny bit off, but see, I'm just a tiny bit off. I'm just going to trim, I'm going to trim my card because that's going to irritate me. Oh, sorry guys. I should have cut that. It's okay, Tago. They heard that screeching noise and they were like, what? Hey, Tago, knock it off. You're fine. I'm going to take a sliver off this card. Okay. Yes. Better. You're okay, bud. It was just your mom being loud. Okay. There we go. And away we go. You may have to fine tune your gluing. I would not suggest using or would not recommend using Seal Plus, especially on embossed designer series paper, because the Seal Plus really just kind of starts to shred it and rip it. You have to have a very, very light hand, and even then it doesn't work out. So, okay, there. Now, here are our strips, but I am going to do a couple of things to them to give them interest. Okay, first of all, so that they're not just plain old strips, right? I'm going to tear the top, and I'm tearing it kind of towards me so that I can see the the ripped section. Okay, so just kind of definitely not trying to make them look the same. I want to make them look different. You could also crumple them if you wanted. You could emboss these as well. Different things you can do. Now I also need I need a blending brush. One moment. There we go. So now on this one I used pumpkins, but I think I want to use like the heart. I was thinking I wanted to use the heart on this, just as a little background. And let's see, where's the heart? I haven't put these into, I haven't taken them off the acetate sheet. With these tiny, tiny images, sometimes it's better to just leave them on the acetate sheet. They stick better than onto the case. The acetate must just be a little bit more smooth. All right, and let's grab our crushed curry. You could do different colors, of course. And I'm going to make the donuts a different color this time. I'm going to give them icing, and it's probably going to be some sort of pink because that's what I'm feeling. I don't know if it's just a girl thing or just a Lisa thing, but when I see a pink donut, it doesn't really matter what kind, or when I see a pink cookie, I want that. Are you like that too? Is it just me, or is it that the pink cookie is very attractive? Must be some deep-seated thing from my childhood. I don't know. I don't remember it, but it's there. Maybe it's from animal cookies. Remember those frosted animal cookies? I think they still have them. Anyway, they are pink and white. Maybe that's it. I don't recall my mom giving me those a lot. We didn't buy a lot of stuff like that, um, because I come from a family of cooks, and also you could make things cheaper. So, I recall having baked goods, but she let me have plain animal crackers sometimes. They're really just like flour and water. But I don't remember getting all fancy. Maybe that's why it stuck with me or something, because like it's what I wanted. Oh, the poor little child who had homemade cookies always wanted the store-bought cookies. That's how it goes, right? Got curly hair, you want straight hair. You have dogs, you want cats. No, that's not right. Okay, and now I'm going to take this guy and just go around the edges. This will also give it a little bit of a textural element. And so you'll see, even though it's the same color as the background, it will help these pop off the page a bit. And you can do this with all sorts of die cuts. And there's how easy that was. You can tell I definitely stamped them randomly. I wasn't even trying to space the hearts similarly or anything like that. Okay, and these are super cute. So is everybody excited about autumn, fall? We call it fall here in the West. We're not fancy. The only reason I started calling it autumn was because of Stampin' Up, you know. Um, Otherwise, I'd still just call it fall. But I'm very excited when we start to get, the days get darker sooner. I'm okay with that. It just gives me more of a feel that I need to get into my pajamas. And we've already talked about that before. I love getting into pajamas. So, um, yeah, I'm good with fall. I love it so much. In fact, this stamp set is somebody's $1,000,000 stamp set. Joe Golden. How lucky was she? I bet she loves fall too. And then Stampin' Up said, we can do better than just fall. We can do more than autumn. All right. So now I need a little bit of vanilla to make our donuts, right? Okay. That looks perfect. And I stamped these in pecan pie. Now, why do I have that over here? That's not where the ink pads go. Kind of like the Airbuds. I set things just slightly off kilter, and then I don't know where things are. A total creature of habit. Okay, let's make some donuts. These are the easiest donuts to make. Guaranteed. Oh, so beautiful. So tasty looking. So tasty. I'm going to do 4 because, as you saw with the example, there's one inside. That's how we make our cards extra special, right? Okay, and I want, this is such a small area that we color. You could actually use Stampin' Write markers too. I don't even know that I have pecan pie in Stampin' Write markers. Those are just something that I don't keep up on. You don't see me use them hardly ever, and it's not that they're not worthy. It's just that I have other workarounds for it. But they're very handy if you like to multicolor sentiments. That's a great thing. Or different types of multi-ink techniques on your stamps. The Stamperite markers really shine at that. So if that's something you like. And the other thing is they're very economical when you don't have um, lots of ink pads because you can use them to color your ink, your stamps, but they don't cost as much as the ink pads. So you can buy them in color family sets. So keep that in mind. If you're a brand new stamper, that's one way to get lots of different colors while you're working on building up your collection of full-sized stamp pads. The other way to get some stamping, some inks, is we have a starter kit of Stampin' Spots. And also, when you buy our all-inclusive kits, if they are stamping kits, they have a Stampin' Spot in there. And so those are also fantastic. They last a long time. Excuse me. They last a long time. And again, it's an economical way to have a little stash of colors. Okay. We are cooking the donut part. We're cooking it, and it's almost cooked, and it's cooked to perfection. And then, what color paint do I want? Let's try. Where's my flirty flamingo? I haven't used this in a while. Let's see. I'm feeling it's a flirty flamingo. Now that will dry darker, but let's use the dark and see what it looks like. That's a little too dark. I think I might want pretty in pink or the light flirty flamingo. Let's try this. Yeah, that looks good. I think that one is my donut. Okay, so we're going to color this. I'm going to start with the bigger, the brush tip. I'll probably move to the bullet tip, go around the edges. I don't know that I'll be shading the frosting. We're just going to do straight up pretty in pink frosting. And I'm going to still put Wink of Stella on it. So it looks glistening, you know, it has like a sugary layer on the top. These are not healthy donuts. They're not your high protein, you know, power bar disguised as a donut. These are donuts. But they still have 0 calories. Very nice. This would be super cute if you were giving a gift card for, as you saw, donuts, coffee, pumpkin pie, whatever you want. This is the bundle for you to get. And one more little enticement to use this stamp set or to buy this stamp set and dies is that I am going to feature it in my Zubilee class for October. Starting to second guess that because of availability, but let's just stay positive and hope that Stampin' Up! Has purchased a ton of these, okay? But I am planning on using it again in October, and that will ship by the 20th. I'm usually a little bit early, but it'll ship by the 20th. So you'll have it for all that fall stuff and winter stuff, because as you saw, you can just keep right on using it. You can go from pumpkin spice lattes right to peppermint mochas. Don't even have to skip a beat. Okay. Oh gosh, these look delicious. This was the right color. This was what I was envisioning. That pinky glaze, that not natural look. It does look like the little animal crackers, animal cookies I was thinking of. Yep, has the little nondescript animals in it. I think you can usually tell which is the elephant. The rest of them just look nondescript, and that's okay. Okay, I must have already done that one. Okay, one more. And I love this color with crushed curry. So this one can be for this is the um I don't like to call them masculine or feminine. It can be for anyone. This one might be more for a girly or somebody who loves pink. My nephew loved that was his favorite color, I think, for a long time. So I would have made this for him. Okay. Delicious. And that was no fancy coloring. That was just me using the blends. Okay, and then let's put these back so I don't wonder where they are, like my ear pods. Come on now, get in there. And where's the wink? Give me your wink. Wink of Stella, everyone. Round of applause. And if you don't have one already, of course, add one to your next order. I am telling you, every video I do from now for the rest of the year, probably, all things sparkly are up for running out of inventory during the holidays. So that definitely includes Wink of Stella. So get your metallics, embossing, powders. I want you to get your foil specialty papers, glimmer and shimmer specialty papers. Yes, there's a difference. And all things sparkly, your special embellishments, get all that stuff. Oh, embossing paste, which I think the shimmery embossing paste is out of stock, but will be back sometime soon. But when it's back in stock, get it or get the white as a backup. And if you think, oh, I bought some of that last year or a couple of years ago, I'm fine, you better check it out because embossing paste does go dry, even with the little tricks we do to extend its life. It goes dry faster than other products. It's like school paste, kind of. Okay, and there's my donuts. They're like delicious. This is probably going to make me want to go get a donut, which is not a good thing. Super cool. Okay, let's see. Do we have any other things we're going to die cut? No, so we can die cut these. Now I am going to bring in the mini. Sorry, I probably should have done some of these ahead so you don't have to watch, like the magic of this is not a magic of station usually. Station. This is not a magic of video usually, right? This is I don't edit. I can't imagine anything I would dislike more. And I want you to see the process. Here's how we make the donuts, okay? We just have one die cut for the donuts, so we'll run them through. And I'm using the mini so you can watch me. This is kind of fun. And there's our donut right there. Now this donut is not symmetrical, which is great. But so you have to kind of pay attention. And there's two little blobs of icing, right? It's like a littler one and a bigger one. And so you can tell, here's the bigger one. And so that goes like this. And then make sure your middle, the hole, the donut hole. Looks good. And then here we go. We're going to put it through. We're going to bake it, right? We're baking the donut and we're taking it out of the oven. Let's check it out. Oh my God, it's so cute. Now this is on Berry Vanilla too. It will be a bit brighter if you, of course, put it on basic white, but I wanted to use vanilla with the crushed curry. For me, and it's fall too, so I was like, yes. Now I think I got my bumpets. There. Get your bumpets set up here. Okay. Come on, little one. You also might want to do 5 just in case you have an oopsie in the oven, right? But there's also a little bit of allowance. I've noticed they gave us a little bit of allowance on this die cut. Super smart. That's to help us out. So, okay. And here we go. Huh, I guess that was it for the big thunderstorm that never was. At least it didn't. If it's going to rain, I want it to rain, not do that 2-minute thing where it just makes everything messy, especially since last weekend, last weekend, I washed everything down on the back patio. Now, I thought I was going to be able to start hanging out there and having dinner out there and stuff. But then more smoke came, and this was like no joke smoke. And so I was forced back inside. And you can probably hear it in my voice. It's still a little smoky. Do you have an air purifier? And actually, that has really changed things for the better. I didn't use it in my bedroom last night, and I can tell I didn't do it on purpose, but I can really tell. So that's a good sign, right? It means it's working. Okay, I think we have all the pieces and parts. Oh, we need a little more stamping, right? We need the nothing's better than donuts, except maybe you. So I think I need to grab these. I don't think they're on a block. Let me see. There's donuts. And there's nothing's better than. Okay. I'm going to put donuts on a slightly larger block than is necessary because I want to see around it what I'm stamping, because I have words on the top and bottom of it. Okay, so I want those to be. I'm also going to put this down a little bit more. Now that I know I want the donut on the top, I am going to bring my sentiment down a little bit more. It's probably not going to be a lot of writing. It's going to be like, what else can I say except nothing's better than donuts except maybe you. And I used this guy. Okay. Now I used the pecan pie and crushed curry. You could use pink. I think we should use pink for the word donuts, don't you? Yeah. I am going to stamp nothing's better than, because it's the longest one. I like to start with the longest sentiment if I'm doing a line of sentiments. I'm also really trying to look at the grid lines on either side of this. And I know I'm a little low on the screen, but I need that to be able to see this thing. And if you don't get it right the first time, no big deal. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And do I have room for the donut? Dang it. just barely, but I could put it off to the side, but I want to try again. I want to try again this time. Put my donut there. Right? Okay, that's better. We needed a reference. And Pretty in Pink. So the word donuts and then the words except maybe you are about the same length. And I did a pretty good job centering them the first time. So this is why I'm using a bigger block because I can see through it and I can see those words at the top. And that helps me to center. Oh gosh, that's cute. That was a good choice. Now make sure you're not using the wrong sentiment, right? If you have all these blocked up, don't mess up and restamp the same thing again. Oh, it's so cute. It looks tasty, doesn't it? It looks tasty. Look at that. Wouldn't you love to open a card and see that in the card? Well, I do. I want to. All right, so let's assemble now our beautiful pink donuts. And there's no wrong way to put this, but that looks tasty and great. See, and then nobody knows. That was our practice side. Oh, I thought I was going to run out here, and I feel like I am any minute. So I'm going to show you how to refill the Stampin' seal in a minute when it runs out. Okay, now this, remember I trimmed that tiny bit off of the length. So, oh, I love it. I love that color combination too. All right, and then these guys, I'm also going to put them on with liquid glue, again, because of the embossing situation here. And I don't know, again, I will take a look at them initially to see if there's a certain way that I like them more than others, but they are random. You can also, do a little jog with your strips, or you can also make them a little wonky. Oh, I kind of like the wonky. We're going with the wonky. Okay. And then put this here to hold this down. So the other nice thing about the plaid embossing folder is that if you do want to put them on straight, it's a little bit of a helper. Just remember that for different Christmas projects. Now for my reindeer games mega class, I die cut, punch everything except for what's in the reindeer games bundle. So obviously I don't stamp any images. That's against Stampin' Up! Policy. But if there's a die cut in the reindeer games bundle, I don't die cut that for you. I give you cardstock so you can die cut it yourself. But I will emboss, cut, punch, any other shapes that we use. And I also emboss. So when we use this folder in the class, because I'm sure we will, I will emboss that for you. So it's really a nice way to do card making. I love to be the student sometimes too. And so you get to just be the student. Lots of demonstrators take my classes as well because they like to be the students sometimes, right? And yeah, and then this one is online, so it's on your own time. You can do it pieces and parts, which I'm guessing people will because of the amount of projects. And we're doing it nice and early so you can get ready for Christmas crafting and have some time. I'm going to offset these again, kind of like I did with this one, right? I didn't want them lining up on the strips. And these I definitely don't want lining up on the strips because the strips are wonky. This is cute. I love the pink already. No disrespect to the plain glazed, but the pink glazed. You gotta love it. This needs to be a little bit closer. There. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. And I think if you initially looked at this, you'd be like, what? Because I didn't put a sentiment on the front. And then obviously you get it when you open it. Okay, let's look for some embellishments. I already have some in mind. They are dappled dots, pretty in pink. I mean, you can't go wrong. So let's just get those out. Take your pick tool, please. Here we go. Now I really wanted them to show off. Show off. And let's put one on the donut. It's so cute. So again, those are dappled dots. They go with the ducks. Lovely ducks or something. Gray granite, peach pie, and pretty in pink. And the one I used on the first card, let me grab those. Let me see if I can. I have like every embellishment. And these are all current. So if you need help picking out just the right embellishment, just get a hold of me and I will help you. These are the swirl dots. Again, they are with the online exclusive latte products. And here's your item number right here. Okay. I believe it's early espresso, pretty and petal pink and vanilla. And then they have the swirl of coffee look. Okay. There's our first sketch card. What's your favorite? Pink or white? Pink or white? Okay, let's get into the next one has the die cutting of words, which is super fun. And we've also flipped the sketch on its side. Okay. And here it is. Lots of fun. You definitely want adhesive sheet. Adhesive sheet will make your life a lot easier on this card. Okay. I would hate to even try to use my fine tip glue pen to put those words together. And it would just end up being a big gloopy mess. So even the word latte cuts out. Now, let me tell you, you've got pumpkin, season, spice, hot cocoa, nothing's better than, apple, and then you have coffee and latte. This one, as you'll see, it's a lot of little words, but they've made it just one die. It's very helpful. And then the coffee and latte also, they're not separate. They're one single die. So, which is obviously very helpful. And then, what's this one? Oh, that's pie. Okay. So we need the nothing's better than. I think, let me look in here for a minute. Let me just get this deliciousness out. I don't need that anymore. And here are, there's our card supplies. As I said, you're going to want to use adhesive sheet. And so I have some that I've already started, right? It has some adhesive sheet on the back. Adhesive sheet is a separate product. And that's exactly what it's called, adhesive sheets. Okay. And so you can find those again in my online store. And then I have a couple of things that I did two of. I don't know why, just because. And so we don't need to redo the tiny pumpkins. And we don't need to redo the word pumpkin. Here's the graphic for that Forever Plaid. What's its item number? 164049. Okay, add it to your order. Or if you're doing the Reindeer Games Mega Class, you can just add it directly from that registration link. All right, and we need the coffee. We need the whipped cream. We're going to use the cinnamon stick. My goodness, we're going to have so many things. Because this is that kind of a stamp set, right? Where it's fun to use all the little things. All right. And oh my goodness, I'm an hour. Okay, that's good. We're okay. My videos usually run an hour and a half. You know, I don't know. Do you guys watch the whole thing? Do you fast forward through parts? And if you fast forward through parts, what do you fast forward through? I mean, I'm being honest. I mean, I honestly want to know because, you know, that I might take pieces and parts out. But I am just to some extent. I'm just doing it live. This is me. Okay. I mean, I don't think I need to tell you this is not rehearsed. Okay. The crafting's rehearsed. I'm very serious about it, but my presentation is not rehearsed. This is who you get. If you come to an in-person class, this is me. But I also care about your viewing pleasure. So I'm not going to stop presenting my events because everyone likes that. And this is how we learn about what I'm doing. But if there's something I'm doing on video that you don't like, you can tell me. And I'll tell you that your presentation to me counts a lot. So if you're very kind about it, I will definitely think it over. If you're mean about it, well, I won't think it over. Okay, nothing's better than. I have a little bit left on this, and I think we can squeeze it in. Oh, yeah, we have plenty of room. Oh, man overboard. Man overboard. The song's Man on the Run, but I can't sing that here. Paul McCartney would sue me. Be like, stop singing that. I'll pay you if you stop singing that. I used to want to be a singer when I was little. I'm sure everybody does, right? I don't know. Maybe not now, but I did. And I think I've told you guys I thought I was going to go on the Gong Show and make it big. And I was either going to sing. These are things I practiced after school, okay? I was serious. I was either going to sing Return to Sender by Elvis Presley, which we had on a 45 record, or I was going to sing, oh God, it just escapes me, Louie Louie, which has like no words. I think that's what intrigued me about it was like, what are the words to Louie Louie? I'm sure you can find them online today, but it's just a bunch of slurring. And I think some of it is on purpose, not words. I don't know. But anyway, those were two I picked. But who I really loved to sing to was Donna Summer. And I can tell you this now, but this was a well-guarded secret. So I had about an hour. I was an only child until I was 10. And I had about an hour between when I would get home from school and when my mom would get home from work. And that was my time to be creative. And so one of the things I did was I would dress up in usually this old dressing gown. I don't know. It was like a robe, only it zipped up the front. It was my mother's. And it was green velvet. And had like a big tassel-y thing on it from the 70s, right? She was probably very in style. Anyway, I would put that on, and then she had a blonde wig, and I don't know if she wore it on like, she let me play with it forever, so it must have just been a passing phase, and I put that on, blonde wig, okay, are you picturing it? Blonde wig and, green velvet drapey thing, way too big for me, gold tassel on the front, and pink hairbrush. That was the mic, pink hairbrush. And, oh, and then I'd put a record on, sing and practice and redo the song if I was trying to redo the song, work on some dance moves. The hot chocolate, that was a dance, right? I mean, still is a dance. It was a disco move. It was basically like they used it in aerobics and they called it the grapevine. It was basically like that, and then you rolled your hands. Okay, that was it. That was the hot chocolate. Oh god. Okay, we're gonna do some more die cutting, but we are going to do some paper piecing, which is simply stamping onto a piece of paper and then trimming it out and putting it onto another piece of paper. Wow. Okay. I need a little bit of another some more pecan pie, but I don't want sticky on it because it's going to be our cup. Okay, and then this is going to be our little label, and this is also from the coffee, the latte prints. Okay, comes in handy. I'm telling you. Put it in the old shopping cart. Some of you took a mega class from me with the coffee, and so you might have pieces and parts left over because you know when I send you my classes, you have lots of extras. I will never shortchange you. In fact, little secret about me, it's probably not a great business tactic, but it's just me, is that I don't I know in general what it costs to put together the class, and I know what I'm gonna charge you, right? But then, if I end up seeing something cute that I wanna add to your class, I just add it. If it's gonna cost me more money, I don't really care about it. So, and I always here's the third thing, I always find something I want to add. So, really, I don't do the best job at costing myself out, but, it all works out in the end for me. So if I'm happy with it and you're happy with it, that's the way we're gonna continue, all right? So that said, I'm not gonna shortchange you on product or instruction or die cuts or anything. So I really feel like I give it my all. The classes, I give it my all, you guys, and I hope you I give it my all. Look at that. And I hope you guys feel the same. Now, I didn't get it on my shirt. That's good because it would not come out of this kind of material. Get the get the Pampers. Okay, there was a loud noise outside. Hey, Tango, it's all right. Tango, it's just a neighbor. Is what I tell him usually. It's your dorky neighbor. Stop it. Okay, where was I before I decided to wear pecan pie? I was doing a little fake bake, right? That's a product I use. Probably a lot of you use it too. You know, because tanning, surprise, it's not healthy for you. Um, but you can still give yourself that glow by using one of two products. Fake Bake, which you can find on Amazon, or Pecan Pie, which you can find right here, or any one of our 10 Naturals Stampin' Blends. Okay, that looks perfect. Sometimes I eyed the pattern, but you just stamp whatever you like because we're going to cut out that middle part, right? And let's see, we already have the pumpkins. Oh, we need the cinnamon stick. We can't forget the cinnamon stick. That's so tasty. So tasty. Oh, it's so cute. Look at it. It's so teeny tiny, but the details, oh, let's see. But the details are perfect. So we're going with it. We will probably use this on the insert. Let's see, because of course I put except maybe you. Boop. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp that too. And then we'll do a little cutting. You know the routine now. Except maybe you. I need to get that pecan pie out again. Dear Lord, say a prayer. Say a prayer for Lisa. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me try it again. It looks pretty good, but then I noticed I was kind of looking at it cockeyed. Oh, I think I did almost the exact same. I can see it on the back side when I hold the light up. Good. Okay. Well, then that's good. And let's put the heart in here, but where is it? Okay, here we go. With pumpkin pie. Because she's so cute. Now I am using pumpkin pie, peach pie, lemon lolly, early espresso. So we've got all of those rich fall colors, right? And vanilla. This was the piece I decided on for the card base. Oh, and I need we're ink blending again. I forgot. We're doing a lot of ink blending, aren't we? I got on a kick. I got on an ink blending kick because I did it in my last Zubilee class. And then you go, oh, yeah, that's super fun. Now, as you can tell, this one was already loaded with enough pumpkin pie that I just brought it, I just did it yesterday. And so these brushes will hold a lot of ink like that. And so while it's fine to wash them, I almost kind of like not washing them because once you have them loaded up with a certain color, it really like stays. So we're going to do that. And then we need a little cleanup on aisle 4. Get that residual off of there or everything's going to have a tinge. Okay. And then more cutting / die cutting. And we have those 3 things to die cut. And then we have this one that we need our snips for. Okay. Let me check the lighting. Still looks pretty good. Let's see here. You guys get to check out my forearm. Okay, still looking good. Still looking good. I'm in the dark again. There, I think that's better for our projects. Okay, so I'm going outside I'm trimming outside the line of the middle part. Just kind of like the label or the little cozy holder. I'm sure there's a really fancy name for those, but the paper sleeve. Okay, is that the name? I'm trying to make it sound fancier than it is. But our paper sleeve, sometimes Starbucks will do a fancy little Christmas cup or Christmas sleeve, but we're going even better. Ours looks even better because it's this beautiful plaid. And that is what we're going to put onto the die cut of the coffee cup. Oh, shoot. And I also need that tiny latte word, don't I? Okay. Where is that? Need that. I need that. See, I got to cut latte out. Oh, yeah, we still have room. You can always make room on a little scrap. It's like, I don't save the tiniest of pieces. Like, I wouldn't save this, but this might be just what I need for my next project. So, but I don't. I can't possibly, you guys. I make things every day. And so, as you can imagine, if I want to stay even slightly organized, I've got to I've got to draw the line. Okay, more pieces and parts. Look how fun this is. We build this. You get to stamp, cut, die cut. It's so fun. And here we go. And we love everything mini, don't we? Well, this is all sorts of mini. It's like a tiny piece of pie. I don't know if I'm so cool with that, but in theory, for decorative purposes, I'm okay with it. But in real life, please don't give me a tiny piece of pie. FYI, I'm not interested. I want a real piece of pie. Okay. Oh, I told my mom I would be over. I'm going to Emmett today, which is why I'm recording ahead of time. It is currently 10:49. My mom is thinking I'm going to be there around 11. I don't think that's going to work since she lives an hour away. But she also knew that I had stuff too. So I was like, I've got to talk to my sketchers first, and then I'll be over. So it'll be nice to go over, and I hope that the driving isn't too crazy. You hear me complain about this all the time, but the driving has changed. Used to be you get to a certain spot. It was a little busy in Boise. It was a little bit busy when you got to Eagle, and then it was like nothing. You got on the what we call the Emmett Highway, and you just went for it. Not so anymore. Now there is no break between Boise and Eagle. It's all one big thing. And there really is starting to be no break between on the Emmett Highway. The Emmett Highway is now full of building beautiful homes. So yeah, there's no more, just kick back, listen to AC/DC and ride on over to Emmett. There's like, you got to pay attention. I paid attention, but you know what I mean. There's a difference between looking for traffic and making sure you don't hit a jackrabbit. There's a difference in your attention span. One involves listening to AC/DC, and one does not. So, and lest you think I listen to AC/DC all the time, it's very strange. But if you lived in Emmett, you will know it's just kind of like some of our culture. And I actually did not listen to it when I was in school. I was very like alternative. I liked all the English, bands. The Fix, Duran Duran, Howard Jones. That was what I liked. But now, of course, it's like ingrained in me because people listen to AC/DC all the time in Emmett. So when I go over there, there's this weird feeling that I must like crank up the AC/DC. Do you have do you have songs that are tied emotionally like that? I'm sure you do. Tell me what they are. I'm curious to know. All right, here's our beautiful peach pie card base. This is the 4¼ by 5½ layer, followed by a 4 by 5¼ layer of pumpkin pie, and finally 3¾ by 5 of the designer series paper. Now I am going to, this is not how I did the first card, but as is often the case with me, I had to like reverse engineer the first card as I was adding different layers. But now that I've done one, I know how to do it orderly and show it to you. Isn't that nice? You're welcome. Okay, all my die cuts are going to go over there. All right, that's the inside. We can worry about that later. This is the first layer, and I am going to, I cut all of these just a tiny bit longer. So this is where we're varying the sketch a bit, is that we're adding a layer, right? And then I cut these all 4 inches with this piece of designer series paper is 3¾ inches. And that's because I hate it when something's supposed to go side to side and then it doesn't. Let me make sure this is, oh yeah, that's good. Okay, again, just checking the placement of that with my grid paper in the back. I mean, my grid, not my grid paper, my mat. So you too can own this glass Stampin' Mat. Comes with a couple of extra products that are great, and it is $60 in the online store. It's not in a catalog, it's just here for you to look at and in the online store, right? So it's great. And my testament about it is that once I bought it, you haven't seen me not using it, right? So that should tell you something. Okay, so now you can see I have an overage on all these sides, and that's good. Overage is good because then I can trim these to exactly fit my layer so that if my layer ended up being a tiny bit short or long, it doesn't matter because I've made the strips to fit. All right. And then we can put this up on our, can adhere it to our pumpkin pie layer. And I'm doing it directly. Oh, okay, there we go. We're out. Okay. I know because it stopped running and the red is right there. So just pop the top, take this out. This part you throw away. There's probably some way to recycle it, but I don't know of any. Then we have this. I don't know why, but there's like a zip top on it. I'm not sure why. Not like I would put it back in there. But in any case, take the little guts out. See? There's only one way that this will fit in here. So don't worry. Like if you try to put it in the wrong way, the these aren't going to line up with the holes in the replacement. And then just put this back on. Okay. Whoops. The only one way it fits. And then I get it going like that with my finger. Okay. And then we are back to the races. Okay. All right. And this has a 1/4 of an inch margin. So, oh, pretty, pretty. And finally, I am going to put this layer directly to our peach pie card base. This color scheme reminds me of being in the Brownie Scouts. This was the color scheme. Surprised I still wanted to be in it. I think that was very much of the time, right? It probably is not what the kids wear now. The Brownie Scouts. But I hope kids are still doing that because it was so formative to me in a positive way. I was a Girl Scout way after it was cool. Like I was a Girl Scout through high school, actually. And then I was a camp counselor for a couple of years in college. And finally, I gave it up. I should donate some of my time to them. And hopefully, I will when I retire for sure. So, anyway, it's very fun. But yeah, putting this together totally reminded me of being in the Scouts. There's a little bit of adhesive right there, so I don't want to put that over there. Okay, let's put our sleeve onto our coffee cup. Oh, turns it into a gorgeous little coffee cup, doesn't it? Look how cute that is. I can make it cuter. I can make it cuter. You're not going to believe it, but I can. This is the word latte. Guys, it's so small. I don't even know if I can use the take your pick on it. You definitely don't want to do it without adhesive sheet. If you do, I want to know. I want to know how it went because I think it's not going to be so well. I'm going to put this down a little bit lower this time because notice the pumpkin is the long word and it needs to take up most of the space. So let's see here. Now I need one of these little pumpkins. This was another thing that I reverse engineered. but that's okay. You've seen me do that to cards before. You know about my reverse engineering, i.e., you start making a card and then you go, wait, I know what would look good, but it's like it has to be a layer underneath something. So you have to like peel things up and, you know, put stuff together. Okay. And then the latte, we're going to have it go right there. Then we're going to take our other pumpkin and put it right in the front. I think it makes the coffee cup look like it's not just floating in space. You can put that on a dimensional if you want. It kind of stands up just a tiny bit because you are gluing it partially onto the coffee cup. Now I also want to put this down flat, and here's how I did it. You could also, this is where you could be using your reverse tweezers. So I dry fit it because my whipped cream is going to go up on dimensionals because that's how much whipped cream I like. And then I come in here and just kind of see where I want that to be sticking out. Okay, and then dimensionalities, we need them. Let's use 2 regulars. Okay. Oh, so delicious. You could also put Wink of Stella on this. It's like a glistening dairy product. And, okay, do I have the copy built? The copy's built. Now we're going to bring in the rest of the words. Nothing's better than, okay, I got adhesive on everything except that tiny last bit. That's okay. Can I peel this without hurting one of the letters? I don't know. Come on. Adhesive sheet works so well that sometimes it's hard to get it off. Okay, let me see. Can I just do one of these letters? There. Once you get it started, it's okay. And I go ahead and touch it. It still stays sticky. And we're not going to worry about that last little N. It will still be fine. So again, looking at the card I've already made, I can see where this needs to go. And you don't really want to pull it out of shape, right? It's kind of, here, let me turn it this way. I think I can tell what's straight a little bit better if I look at it this way and don't focus on the words. Sure enough. Okay. It's a little trick that works. So I was like looking at this and not reading the words. That helps. A pumpkin takes up the whole space, so it's actually easier to place. Again, if you don't have little helpful nails, oh, that's the problem, is she took my nails down yesterday. I don't have my tools. Why did she take them down so far? I don't know. I like an active length, but I need a little bit of tools, right? There's pumpkin. Does pumpkin have an eye? I mean, it doesn't have a tittle. You know what I'm talking about. The dot, it does not have one. So you don't even have to worry about losing it because there isn't one. And then spice. Spice, I cut in peach pie. So we're just repeating all of these colors, driving it home. And this one I put kind of at the top because I didn't want it to look equally placed. Again, I was throwing it off just a little bit. And finally, let me grab those beautiful, I really do like the gems I used. And then I'll tell you what the actual name of them is. I can find them. I mean, am I going to have to start putting these in alphabetical order? No, that wouldn't work because I don't even really know what the names of some of these are sometimes. Dots, this and that, dots. Oh, rounds. See, I wouldn't remember that they're called browns. Okay, and they are clear Daffodil Delight and Night of Navy, but they come off as lemon lolly to me. They're opaque, kind of. So anyway, here we go. This is a beautiful set to have. Obviously, we love them because they've been sold out for a while. They coordinate with Citrus Blooms, the Citrus Blooms Suite. I used that in my 2-day retreat. So a lot of you have them. Oh, it's so cute. I love it just as much as the first time I made it. So I made these cards yesterday and then I let them sit a while and then I came back in and visited them and I was like, oh, hi. And that's how I know that I like the card. Oh my gosh, I hope you like them as well. So again, we started with this sketch. Please now go over to my Facebook page and post your creations inspired by this sketch. You have all month to participate, but don't wait until the last day because you know what will happen. You won't do it. So while it's fresh in your mind, create a sketch, create a card, or some sort of project inspired by this sketch. I don't grade you. Like if you post a picture, you're going to be in the drawing. Okay. But remember that you can turn this sketch any way you want, whatever inspires you. All right. And we did so with these cards with our first uh, white glazed and pink glazed donuts. There it is. Nothing's better than donuts except maybe you. And here is our second card. Nothing's better than pumpkin spice except maybe you. Let's see. Which one's the first one I made? I don't know. Oh, I know. This one's the first one because the latte is a little bit higher and this one's down lower. That was really the only difference. Wow, I stuck to the script there, didn't I? So again, don't forget about the beautiful latte paper. This paper is coming to you September 4th, and you're going to want to get it because there's not a ton of autumn, specifically autumn designer series papers. Okay, so get it because it's beautiful, and I think it's going to be, again, Gone with the Wind. So, again, our featured bundle today was more than autumn, and it definitely is. We leaned into the autumn part today with the colors, but you can take this clear into winter, and frankly, donuts are good any time of year, right? So I hope that you enjoyed this time together. I hope that you like, subscribe, and share my videos. It's so important, right? It takes a village. I can't grow the Stampin' Up alone without your help. I need your help. It's free. The help that you're going to give me to share my channel is free. But I thank you so much for doing it because I'm just one person out in the World Wide Web, right? And so, again, I need your help. So please like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you liked this. I like to hear that. If you, again, as we talked about earlier, if there's something you don't care for in my videos, you can tell me that. Let's have a chat, okay? So I hope you've all enjoyed that. Please don't forget to go over and sign up to receive my emails. That's really where you get all the good news, and as well as you're going to be getting a PDF tutorial on this little project using Sentimental Wishes, also from the new catalog. We use these products on last Thursday's live, and they are beautiful, stunning, and we colored with our Wink of Stella. So, okay, everyone, I want you to have a great day. I'm probably on here, unless my trip to Emmett takes longer than I think. I'm probably on here talking with you right now. So go ahead and post your comments to me, and I will get to them sooner or later. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you soon.